Today, as we record this nugget of wisdom on the auspicious day of 16th May 2022, the auspicious day when Bhagwan Vishwanath has manifested his infiniteness in the form of Adi Shivling in Kashi, thereby revealing the Rubicon of eternal infinite divine energy, the Rubicon of supreme consciousness, the Rubicon of Shiva Shakti Mahasadhana, the Rubicon where finite meets infiniteness, the Rubicon of last possible cognitive consciousness where one can be aware of both the infinite and finite, and the convergence, that supreme Rubicon, that purest form of Shiva Shakti Mahasadhana, where Anadi Shiva meets Adi Shivling, where the eternal Shiva meets the Adi Shivling, where Kashi Avinashi has revealed the Shiva Tattva it contains in itself in the form of Adi Shivling, the manifestation of Anadi Shiva, the Vishwanath, the universal Lord of cosmic consciousness. On that auspicious day, Adarniya Sumanji, if you have any other specific question to ask regarding this, please ask.
Yes. Today is a question which is very appropriate in today's date, where we have a big discovery in terms of the Shivling in one of the most prominent Jyotirlingas, Kashi Vishwanath today. Today I want to understand the spiritual significance and the overall significance of what Trishul actually represents.
Definitely, Adarniya Sumanji, the most appropriate question to be asked on this auspicious day. Let us understand Trishul from the three perspectives that it needs to be understood from. The perspective of physics, that is the perspective of dimensionality. The second is the perspective of advanced weapon systems. And third, the perspective of spirituality. Let us understand the significance of Kashi first. Why is Kashi known as Kashi Avinashi? The eternal abode of the eternal infinite divine energy Shiva Shakti Mahasadhana. Why is only Kashi termed as the eternal city, the city which can never die? What is so spiritually significant about Kashi? The spiritual significance of Kashi is that it is the abode of Vishwanath, the universal Lord of cosmic consciousness. Kashi is the only point on planet Earth where finite meets infinite. It is the Rubicon where it is still possible for one to realize all three aspects of infinite, that is infinite, finite, and the point where infinite meets finite. So we see there are three dimensions to it, three dimensionalities: infinite, finite, and the Rubicon, the point, the dimension where finite merges into infinite. These three dimensionalities of simultaneously being infinite, finite, and realizing finiteness merging into infiniteness. These simultaneous manifestation of three dimensionalities in one point is represented by Trishul. Three arms of Trishul converge at one point. That is the significance of Trishul from the perspective of dimensionality and physics. Trishul also harnesses the three fundamental dimensions of this cosmos, the three fundamental laws, forces energies of this cosmos: quantum, evolution, and economics. Trishul also represents the three fundamental dimensions of Adhyatma, spirituality: Shaurya Mahasadhana, Shakti Mahasadhana, Sangathan Mahasadhana. Trishul also, from the perspective of advanced weapon system, represents a nuclear fusion based weapon system. The weapon which is fueled by nuclear fusion. A weapon that harnesses nuclear fusion as energy source, which makes it indestructible, eternal, everlasting, and which imparts the power of nuclear fusion varying from the degree of one sun to all the stars in the entire universe. Trishul is that supreme weapon which is driven by the power of nuclear fusion and which conveys the power of nuclear fusion. That is the secret of Trishul. And from the perspective of spirituality, Trishul represents the supreme state of sadhana. That is the state of doing sadhana for the sake of sadhana. When a sadhak is absolutely devoid of all forms of I want, मैं, मेरा, मुझे, then that sadhak merges with Anadi Shiva, manifesting Anadi Shiva through his sadhana eternally. He himself becomes a Trishul, because only a Trishul can be the eternal sadhana, doing sadhana eternally. So Trishul represents the state where a sadhak merges into Anadi Shiva, becomes living embodiment of Adi Shivlinga, manifesting Anadi Shiva through his action. That is the eternal, supreme, divine state of doing sadhana for the sake of doing sadhana. Om Namah Shivaya.